So recently I've been doing a little bit more practice, I've been hitting some more shots, and although the weather has been absolutely terrible here, my intention is to try and get out and play more golf once it stops raining. But there's a few things that I've been doing inside my practice, and I've been much more attentive than I ever have done before on making sure things like the quality of my contact have improved, or what the quality of my contact has been like. And I've also noticed the way that I've had a bit of a jump in terms of distance. And the way I've done this is actually by kind of moving less, but I'm going to explain it because this is something that I obviously work with a lot of my students all of the time, both online and face to face. One of the expressions and one of the movements that I'm always looking for with students is to turn correctly in the backswing position. And I always want them to get this feeling of turning the pelvis into the leg. Turning your pelvis into your leg correctly, it helps you do things like tilt your shoulders, helps you shift your weight pressure, and it helps you sequence the downswing. Now, one of the things that I sort of noticed in my swing a little bit was as I was completing the backswing position, it was almost like I felt like I was trying to force this recentering move a little bit, right? Now, what a recentering move means is that when we look at the pelvis, we know that in the very early backswing, so the takeaway move, it has a tendency to move to the right. And then we know that it progressively moves back left. And then obviously there's a big shift left in the start of the downswing. But what I was doing was I was sort of cheating rotation. And what I mean by this is instead of turning into my leg and then just completing my rotation by turning my upper body, I was sort of moving this way. See what I'm doing? And this happens a lot with golfers, and this becomes more exaggerated with sort of higher mid-handicap golfers move more this way. And what you need to do is you need to make sure you're turning into this side. So the point that I'm trying to make is what I did, which made a big difference, was I just kind of made sure that I was keeping my trail leg nice and flexed, okay, like so. And I just made sure as I was completing that rotation, I was doing it by continuing to turn my upper body, not necessarily just continuing to cheat this way. Do you see what I mean? Moving this way. I wanted to make sure I was still turning into my right side, okay, like so. And that way it just felt like a better rotation. Felt like there was a little bit more muscular activation in there as well, but it also gave me this ability to keep my head a lot stiller. So if I sort of show you what it was kind of looking like, it was a bit like this, see, as opposed to turning this way. So I'm still getting a good rotation in, but from this position, you see, what I was able to do is get into that left side so much easier and be able to deliver the club more on the back of the golf ball, whilst what I was doing previously was just making the quality of contact a little bit more up and a little bit cleaner, and therefore was sacrificing a bit of distance. And it may have happened because when I've been out on the course a little bit, it's been soaking wet, right? I've been worried about splashing myself with mud in my face. So it's funny how these sort of habits creep in. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is make sure you're turning into that trail leg, keep your head still, and go with that feeling of getting that shoulder under that chin. Don't cheat out on like a fake recentering motion. And you may just find that you get a bit of sneaky, better quality contact and more distance yourselves. See you soon.